They give me my theme music.
Hey gang, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? We are live right now on your YouTube. Do not adjust your channels. This is not a test. It is your boys. We are here. I am Mr. Fingaz coming to you live from the 405 where the wind comes whipping down the plane. And that guy right there, that guy on the other side of me, he is the brother from another, the sexy mother Hubbard, the ace of base in the place in your face. I am very happy to be here. Collin P from the DMV. What's going on, baby?
Hey man, just just another day, another weekend, another kind of sidestepped another cardiac heart attack with the Dawgs, Not a good game. Good weekend of football, man. Had to be man with me. Just kind of chill, watch football all weekend. It was nice weather. Well, it's kind of cool, a little overcast, but perfect weather for staying in the house watching football. But yeah, man. How about yourself? What'd you get into this weekend?
This weekend there was a Halloween party at my favorite karaoke shindiggity. Shindiggity, and then there was a live band also, lots of people in costume. That was fun. Saturday I sat at home and watched no SEC football.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I can't believe that.
We're not going to call them out because we're using their number one platform for purposes of streaming this podcast. But yeah, didn't get to watch any SEC football. The only game that I watched any of all Saturday was Nebraska versus USC, and that was the last quarter. By then, that game was well out of hand. But I did keep track of the game using the play-by-play tracker, and that was so exciting.
Yeah.
After the game was over, of course, I realized like a dummy that the radio station that broadcast the games I can stream from my phone, so I could have at least listened to it. But hey, we live and we learn. I guess that's how I'm going to watch the games. That's how I'm going to listen to the games next week because it doesn't look like they're budgeting anytime soon. Right now, my wife is refreshing her Google to see that her beloved Cowboys are now all of 22 minutes almost into this game and down to the Arizona Cardinals being led by backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett by a score of 10-0.
Yeah.
In AT&T Stadium, Dak Prescott 5 for 2, 52 yards. George Pickens 2 receptions for 27 yards. Meanwhile, Jacoby Brissett 8 of 13, 82 yards, and a touchdown pass to Marvin Harrison Jr., who currently has 64 yards. Woo. Boy.
Well, let me tell you. Let me back you up to that Halloween party. I have a picture that I think I sent to you a long time ago. Remember, you were doing a karaoke show at Fingaz. You were dressed up as, I guess, you were Medea. Was that right?
Why you got to bring up old stuff? But
yeah, I got to do that.
Yes, for a charity function, we did a fundraiser at all 7 of my shows, and I said that the location that raised the most money would get to see yours truly host an entire show dressed as Medea. I did consume quite a bit of adult beverage just to get through the evening because my wife took great joy in putting a wig and helping me do all the dressing up.
Well,
And
let me tell you, man.
I spent the whole night talking like this, baby. I spent the whole night talking like this. I can't drop it like it's hot no more. I got to set it down like it's lukewarm.
I do vaguely remember it, but memories on Facebook is a wonderful thing. Sometimes it's a wonderful
No, it
thing.
is. No, it is.
Sometimes it's a bad thing. Sometimes it's a wonderful. Every now and then it throws up some funny stuff. But that's the only. I mean, I kind of vaguely remember it because if you consumed a lot of adult beverages, so did your boy here. So because we were consuming together.
Oh, y'all were having way too much fun. Way too much fun.
And speaking of the Nebraska game, Raiola, I think he broke his leg or broke something. He's out for the rest of the season, unfortunately.
Who's that? Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, Raiola. Yeah.
Yeah, we did see that. A lot of fun. I did send a message out. A few people said, "Come say what's up" in the comments, and my homegirl Dana definitely said, "Hey, what's up?" My homegirl Dana, Alabama fan, diehard Alabama fan.
Ooh, hey,
But
SEC baby.
a reasonable Alabama fan who's willing to, be able to go, okay, all right, Alabama has some work to do. Like, she's not one of those ones that, like, the refs cheated us. She'd be like, nah.
Hey, let's be real. They're out there. I mean, the real fans are out there. I mean, they're kind of like us. The majority's not majority's not the majority.
Oh man, I'm sending back a message saying you literally. What's up? That's crazy. I appreciate that though. Oh man, that's crazy. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, Dana. Diehard Alabama fan. I think this is her first time watching the show, so thank
You
you for
think
tuning
more
in.
diehard than our friend Daryl? Daryl's pretty diehard. I mean, they may have some good conversations. I bet.
Oh, I don't think anybody can beat Daryl. For Dana, just so you know, we have a mutual friend whose name is Daryl, and Daryl is the most pessimistic, optimistic Alabama fan ever. Alabama could beat somebody by the score of 67 to -3, and he could say, yeah, but we allowed them to come down the field and score, and then they had the penalty and they wiped the points off the board. If we had done that, they wouldn't have the -3 points. He's that dude.
He's a pessimistic winner, what I like to say, and then he said still got work to do. But we love him.
Yeah, we do. And we've been trying to get him to come on this show forever, and he won't. He's the
If we could just set up a camera at Finnegan's after he's had a few, and then out on the porch, I think we could just do it. Have to fly you out here.
Mic him up, give him one of those collar
Oh
microphones
yeah,
to talk. He's like he's one of the oldest spirited people I've ever seen. And I know
yeah.
he's not that much older than me, and I'm in my middle 50s, but
He's an old soul for sure.
he's an old soul, but he's
That's
definitely a diehard Bama fan, and he definitely would school us. He loved to school us on Mark Richt. It's like, so would you rather have good character or guys with good character? Would you rather have championships? I'm like, I'd love to have both. He's like, but you guys got no championships to show for it. I'm like, you know what, bro, you got it. I'm not gonna argue that point with you anymore. Anyway,
tell us something we don't know. I mean, we good for 10, but he good. Not anymore though. We got them too. That's all good.
Yeah, we got them too. It would be nice to get some more, but we'll take what we can get for right now.
For sure.
But it's time to go ahead and jump into the main thing, keeping the main thing. The main thing, Georgia goes down to Florida. As the song goes, the Dogs went down to Florida. They were looking for a bowl to steal. I think that was a remake of Charlie Daniels back in the day. And the Dogs go down to Florida and they do that work. They go down to Florida and they do that work. They do the work slowly.
Well, it's the team we've seen pretty much.
Ben Cornett, one more like that, and I'm gonna kick you out of the comments, sir. That's our guy, Ben Cornett. He has his own show, living La Vida Loca in Las Vegas with Ben or something like that. But he's got a great show. If you get a chance, check him out, Ben Cornett on Facebook. And you're gonna have to drop your it's Ben Cornett 9015 at YouTube. I'll put it back up there so you can catch it. He's got a great show. It's in short form. He talks about 10 or 15 minutes, mostly pro stuff. He's a Bucks fan, and I won't hold that against him either. But good dude.
That explains his is spelling out of the acronym Falcons on Facebook. I don't know if you saw that, but I'll have a record.
I did, but he's not wrong. I mean, Falcons
No,
fans, a lot of lifelong Falcons fans are getting ready to find another team here. The Falcons just can't get right. I
hey,
mean,
but you can't be.
Come on, dude. The Falcons lost to the Patriots again.
Yeah, but you can't be a fake. You can't be a fake loser if you're a loser. You know, I mean, we real losers. We ain't fake. You can't be a fake. Can't be a fake ass loser if you lose. Real deal. Holyfield.
Hey, bro, that's you know what that gets one of these.
That was the only thing I was going to say to him. I was like, well, you can't be fake. You know.
Yeah, you know the real losers out here talking about fake losers. Hold on.
Let's show you how to lose.
Yeah, the Falcons out here like this right now.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name. That's how they are out there in the streets right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's keep the main thing. The Dawgs went down to Florida and handled business for certain. I don't know why. This thing is not wanting to cooperate with me. There we go. There it is. Georgia versus Florida 2025. Dawgs keep us just on the edge of our seats again. Another slow start. I swear to God, the Dawgs are the best diesel engine. This is my analogy. The Dawgs are the best diesel engine D1 team in college football. You know, those of you that don't know, if you've never driven a diesel car before, you don't just jump in and crank it up. You got to turn the key, let the glow plugs warm up, and then you got to crank it up. And then you got to sit for about 2 to 3 minutes while the engine catches up and the tack gets to where it needs to be and all of that stuff, because the engine's got to warm up. It takes a while for it to warm up, but then they can run forever on that fuel, man. I made that 4-hour drive from Savannah to Atlanta and only filled up once and had a half a tank when I got to Atlanta. So that's how diesel engines run. They burn, the fuel burns real slow. Anyway, having said all of that, the Dawgs it almost seemed like the playing with their food is the best analogy I can come up with, man.
Yeah. I mean, but if you could watch the game. I mean, the box score, like I said, didn't do it justice. I mean, like they came out, both teams were just. I mean, there was a slobber knocker. I mean, they were hitting hard, but we struggled like we have, most of the year. You know, get things started with the run game, but again, Bubba reached in his bag. He had a couple trick plays up his sleeve, and I think one little flea flicker, halfback toss or something like that, and gained some yardage. But it was back and forth. I mean, who would have thought at the halftime it'd be a 7-10 ball game, And
yeah. No, actually, the score was 10-10 at the half.
Well, I'm sorry, but I felt like
after they kicked that field goal. They kicked that field goal a little bit later in the second quarter, but it was.
But there was probably, I think there was, what they say, 8 lead changes or something to that effect, or maybe 6.
But it just became a thing. It just was this thing where when I finally pulled up the game tracker, it was 10-7 in Florida's favor. Mm-hmm. And then of course Georgia kicked the field goal to knot it up going into halftime, and then they just came out and they just went touchdown for touchdown in the third quarter, and then of course Florida scored the go-ahead field goal, and then it's almost like Bobo's like, all right, it's go time. Execute Order 66. And then, all the young Jedi were eliminated and Darth Vader was created, and the Dawgs won.
It was like the defense hit another gear. I mean, the defense was stopping, they were, CJ, CJ Allen. I mean, you can't say enough about him because he balled out in the fourth quarter. Like he had a beat on Lagway, and then he had a beat on the running backs, and they weren't really getting too much yardage on the defense. And then like you said, execute Order 44 or whatever, and then Gunner stepped in. Because like I said before, I mean, off camera, that he looked a little bit sluggish to start, but we scored first, right? I mean, we went right down the field, scored, and then. That was I was happy to see that because we normally don't do that. We normally spot other teams' points for some odd reason. But but it seemed like it took. I mean, Gunner is a big stage. I mean, the first time Gunner's been started in in Jacksonville, Georgia, Florida, big game like this, and but he settled in. I mean, It's like you said, the second half, dude. After halftime, we always make adjustments. It seems like Kirby goes in there and the coaching staff makes the adjustments and seem to come out and we don't. I mean, they don't give up. I mean, they didn't even see an ounce of give up in them at all. And there was some dicey calls here and there, which there always is. Like the incomplete passes and the fumble, Lagway. That it could have gone either way. But I mean, there's always going to be that conversation with the refs and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, dude, it's. I don't know what it is. It's almost like, and we've been saying this for a while. The dominant teams of 21 and 22 are gone. And for those that are saying that maybe the Dawgs have fallen off, by the time the end of the 2023 season rolled around, by then Carson Beck was in full swing. He'd had an amazing season that ended a little short. I think if he had stayed healthy, we'd have had a little bit of a deeper run in the playoffs. But most of the leaders on that team are gone. After 2023, the few that were left were already gone in the NFL. So now Georgia has a very young team. Yes, there are some seniors on the squad, but a lot of those guys are guys that weren't really getting any playing time anyway because the talent was at the lower classmen levels. So now you've got a bunch of young guys out there, but Kirby, give it a minute. Kirby's going to get them there because remember, he took over in 2016 and in 2 or 3 seasons had them playing in the national championship. These guys are still good enough, even though maybe not good enough to get over the hump. These guys are still good enough to right now have Georgia 3 games out from the end of the season with a shot at going to the SEC championship and potentially the CFP, getting a berth in the CFP. At this point, and then let me ask you this question. Do you think if we get to the CFP with the one loss if we get, let's just say by some miracle, either Bama or A&M fall short, and we manage to glide by them because I think we're third in the SEC right now, glide by one of them and get into the SEC game and fall short, okay? How do you think our run goes in the CFP? I think we still get a berth because if we wind up playing A&M or we wind up playing Bama and lose, our only 2 losses would be to ranked teams.
Now, if we lose to Bama twice, if we end up playing Bama in the SEC championship, lose to them twice, there's no shot, in my opinion.
You don't think so?
I don't think they'll give it to us. I mean, hell, dude, they didn't give it to us last year or what was the year before last or whatever when we lost the SEC championship. Remember?
Yeah, but we
2 years
also. 2 years ago. And if memory serves, that loss was to Bama.
Yep.
That loss was to Bama, but you also had to think there weren't that many 2-loss teams floating around. There were a lot of 1-loss teams that deserved a better shot. So actually, Georgia wound up being left out. Well, hell, they left out a 13-0 Florida State University.
Exactly.
So they weren't going to let a 2-loss Georgia in. So that's where that was. But getting back to this game here, Gunnar Stockton, very good as always. One of his best games this season, 223 yards on 20 completions out of 29 attempts. He did have an interception, but played very, very well. Lagway stats are deceiving. He only passed for 166 yards on 24 attempts and had one touchdown. But that guy was slicing and dicing all over the field.
Yeah, I'm saying if you were watching the game, oh my God, it was like, I mean, he was phenomenal. I mean, like I said, he's a great player. I mean, like we contained him as best we could. I mean, there was sometimes he just squirted out, I mean, it was just elusive. But I just wanted to mention about Gunnar, like we had that one pick, but we were talking earlier. He's only had 2 interceptions this whole season. He's only had 2 interceptions, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like, and then Chauncey Bowens again. Chauncey Bowens is a monster. He had 70 carries. Watch this. He had 9 carries for 70 yards.
Yeah, one of them was a huge touchdown. That was the one to put us ahead. I mean, like
Yeah, I actually watched that one play out. It's funny watching the plays play out on the game tracker, where you just see this this line runs all the way to the end zone, and then the end zone lights up and balloons come out or something stupid like that.
Oh, it's got animation. I didn't know it had animation. I thought it was like the old
something like that.
ESPN.
It's like a 38-yard run to the Florida -1 for a touchdown. That's exactly how it described it. But 9 carries for 70 yards and a game-winning touchdown. Now, on the flip side of that ball, on the Florida side, he's also had 72 yards for 15 carries, and he had himself a touchdown as well. Zachariah Branch went off again. Zachariah Branch is that dude.
Yeah.
The one thing that I think our defense needs to work on, besides the secondary, because we know our secondary is very sus. We know, all of you fans of all the other teams in the SEC and other schools, we know our secondary is exceptionally sus. But the one stat that still bothers me, 0 sacks.
Yeah. And I was going to point out on the flip side of that is, all of our offensive line was healthy. Like everybody on our offensive line was healthy. That's the first time we've had them all healthy in one season, and they allowed Gunner to get sacked twice.
Yeah. So well, it says here in the stat box only one, but I didn't get a chance to see the game, so I couldn't keep up.
But you got to have and half. You got like 2 players that had to have. They got to have and half.
Okay, I got you. We did have Allen had an outstanding game, 13 tackles, 7 of them solo. Castell with 11 for Florida, a DB at that, 11 tackles, 5 of them solo. But I mean, with a pass game like what Georgia has, you're going to get a lot of opportunities to tackle, because Gunner Stockton did throw the ball 29 times during this game. So all in all, the stats were fairly even except for the passing. But it's just something about Georgia's defense just wakes up in the second half, or the offense wakes up in the second half. I really would love to see all four. I really would love to see all 3 facets. I'm going to say this again: all 3 facets: offense, defense, special teams, defense, offense, defense, special teams. All 3 play at the same level of an remix at the same level of intensity for the entirety of the game for all 4 quarters. Now, it is a masterful skill to be able to hold an opponent to within a reachable score to be able to catch up, but that's still going to bite you in the butt if you keep doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we find ways, like I said before, we find ways to win, but how long is that going to last? I mean, it's just, you can't. I mean, I like to jump out and stay, get ahead and stay ahead. I mean, I'm a fan, but I mean, like, it takes pressure off me and the team. I mean, like, I like you said though. I mean, all the cylinders. I mean, I'm waiting to see that, all the cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, and then here's the thing. Who was that we played a couple of weeks ago? There was somebody we played a couple of weeks ago, and we came. Ole Miss, out of the gate, blow for blow. Offense was on foot, like the throttle was stuck wide open.
Yeah.
But the defense wasn't there, and then the defense didn't show up until the midway through the third quarter.
Right.
Like, what do we have to do to get these guys to say, okay, we got a football game to play. Let's all play now. Let's go out on the field. Let's go out on the field and kick some ass all the way up and down the field for all 4 quarters, for all 60 minutes of this game.
It's almost like they need that sense of urgency. You know what I mean? It's almost like they need that in order to because once they get there, man, they're there. I mean, like defense. Once they get to that certain point, I mean, they're lights out. I mean, they're knocking people over, and playing outstanding defense. But
yeah, once they wake up, they're getting after it. They're all about that Gata, but it's not all 4 quarters. Like, we haven't seen a full 4 quarters of Gata since the 2022 season, I think, because that was when you and I griped all 2023 and 2024 about these doggone slow starts. And what happened? We wound up losing to Alabama. And then what happened again this season? We wound up losing to Alabama. We wound up losing to Alabama. Alabama. We do. It seems like we keep losing to Alabama. I have no idea why. I'm pretty sure Dana can tell us why. She's probably going to jump in the comments and say because Roll Tide, that's why. But
no, because Bama does what Bama do. That's what they do.
Bama does exactly what Bama do. For those of you that are new to the show, that right there is my Collin partner P. My partner Collin P. Rewind. My partner in crime, Collin P. We go way back like the seats in the 72 deuce in the quarter. But he had a saying that he coined here on this very show. And I think I have a clip of it somewhere if it'll ever show up. Oh, come on, man. What are you doing? See, I need something. What are we doing here? Let's just close that. And then let's try this. It's not doing what it's supposed to do.
Not doing what it's supposed to do.
Why is it doing this? Why are you embarrassing me in front of company computer? Why are you doing this? Okay, let's do this. And it's still not doing what it's supposed to do. So I can't get to those effects. That's just absolutely awesome. Anyway, I was going to.
Well, I say it again. Bama does what Bama do, but but see, we're fortunate that the offense is staying, keeping up with the opponent's offense, with their offense. If the defense slips, then our offense, our offense, can score. We know that.
Yeah.
Now, but I mean, how long is that going to last? It just depends on what defense we play. What defense, But I don't know. I mean, I'm not all on Stockton, but Stockton's playing a whale of a season. I mean, like he's for being put in this position, and he's playing
having an amazing season.
He's playing pretty good. I mean, he's playing awesome. Not pretty good, playing awesome. I mean, he's balling out.
Oh, I'm being totally sarcastic when I say he's playing pretty good.
No, I get you. I think he's doing awesome. I mean, like the passing. I mean, like he's not a great passer, but I mean, like he's pretty solid. I mean, like he throws darts, but he gets a little too much air under some of them that kind of makes but they look pretty. But long as we catch them. But no, he's having a great. I mean, like there's several players on the team having well of a season. And I'm waiting for all of it to come to fruition. It's just and I think it's coming. I think if we can end the season out right, I think we still haven't had our best game yet. I know that.
Agreed. Well, if I'm being honest, that was a game where we came out of the gate and the offense just went ape crap.
Yeah. I mean, they were knocking, dude. I mean, they were just. I mean, that always happens in the Georgia Florida game, but I mean, they were knocking as soon as the first snap.
Yeah, I mean, they came out of the gate and they were just like, "Hey, we're just gonna punch you in the face for a while, and I reckon you guys are gonna punch us back in the face," which is exactly what they did for 4 quarters. And then our defense woke up and shut those guys down. But that was no small task because Chambliss is having himself a heck of a season, man.
Yep, for sure.
And let me go ahead and I had to fix that. I just realized I had the time wrong for the game, but there we go. I fixed that. That game is at 11:30 versus Mississippi State. That too will be on a network that you won't be able to watch if you have YouTube television. So go ahead and I'm thinking about buying myself an antenna.
Quiet as kept. I may give you my DirecTV login.
Oh, don't do that. Don't mess around and get your account suspended, sir. Hey, Collin, we both be on here cussing on Monday talking about we was like the SEC shorts where the guy said the dude come in and he's listening to it. He's listening to the stats on Morse code. By the way, if you guys are YouTube watchers, you definitely need to check out at least 2 platforms. Number 1 being SEC Shorts. They're absolutely hilarious. They have done something amazing with the Vanderbilt character. They started it last season. It's rolled over to this season, the Vandy Pimp. And also our guy, Matt Mitchell. No offense to anybody else who does college content. We also follow Funny Maine Johnson. But those 2, Matt Mitchell and the SEC Shorts team, are spot on hilarious.
The Vandy guy and then Beamer ball with the glasses. I mean, with Matt Mitchell
with the broken glasses. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
So Georgia rolls 24-10, 24-20 win. Next up, we have Mississippi State. So what we're going to do is we are going to, well, hell, I can't even play the break. I can't even do the break because I can't doggone get to it. Well, I want to do it.
Who I am? I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
It won't let me get to the doggone break. So we're just going to keep this thing rolling. Looks like we're in for the long haul here. So that's absolutely amazing. We can't even take a break. Thanks. Streaming software. Appreciate you. Maybe if I put it on a bigger screen, it'll let me do it. Let's see if that works. There you go. We make the screen bigger, and maybe it'll give me the thing so I can do the things. So I can make it draw down. Where's the bar? There is no bar.
The bar's a long way from here that I don't need to go to.
The bar is not that far from your house, my friend.
It's far enough, man. I'm telling you, if that my couch gets a hold of me, man, it doesn't let go. I don't leave the house.
Yes, Alex, I'll take how you know you're old for 400.
When you go to bed at the same time as your son, and when you
you're not gonna tell me you're not going to bed at the same time as a B man, are you?
Bro, yes, sir. Both our bed. As soon as he goes to bed, I'm not too far behind. I'm probably about he's in bed by 8:30. I'm in bed by at least by 9:30.
Well, you know what? I'm
not
teasing,
asleep, but in the bed. You know what I mean?
I'm teasing you, but quiet as it's kept. If we didn't have to be on tonight, I would probably be knocked out as well. But next up on deck, we've got a Mississippi State team who is 5-4. They have only won one game in the SEC. This could potentially be a trap game. Their quarterback, Blake Shapen, has thrown for over 2,000 yards and 15 touchdowns.
Yep.
But the caveat for them is their rushing game is not as strong. They're not a really rush strong. They do have two 400-yard rushers, although one of those rushers is a back. One of those 400-yard rushers is a backup quarterback. And so what are your thoughts on this, man? How do you think we maneuver this? Are we going to go in there and punch them in the mouth, or are we going to just,
man, I don't know. I mean, you roll the dice, man. I mean, you don't know. I would like for us to go in there, guns blazing, and gunner, no pun intended, blazing. Scoring at will. Get out ahead and stay ahead. And you're saying their defense is not that great. Just run all over them. But then again, I'd like to see more polished, offensive play, more polished defensive play, more. I like to see more of the more offensive line protection for Gunner. I mean, it's not like he's been running for his life too much, but I mean, they the defense has been getting through a lot, and for us to have a fully healthy offensive line, and to have that happen, it's kind of, disappointing. But I don't know. You got Bobo, and all that, and and those guys on the offensive line. They just need protection. I mean, maybe that gives him a little extra time. I mean, like I said, he's not running for his life, but I mean, maybe get some extra time. We can throw the ball down the field a little more. And actually, you know what? If you, I'm noticing, and maybe if you go back and watch the game from this weekend, that Bobo's airing it out a little more.
I can't.
You can watch it online. You can watch it again online.
Where online?
I don't know. You don't have YouTube at all?
Dude, since the SEC, since Disney has pulled all their SEC content off YouTube
no.
TV.
So you can't even watch a replay of the game on YouTube?
No, they pulled. You know how there's people that are pirating the streams on YouTube on Saturdays?
Mm-hmm.
They anything that was SEC, they pulled it. The only thing that was on there was people that were doing recreations of the simulations on like Madden, not Madden, NCAA 25, or they were doing like live commentary with a game tracker, but there was not one SEC.
Well, I mean, even a replay. I mean, I mean that makes. I mean, if you say I mean I guess it makes sense. It don't make sense.
Like if you're talking about the whole game, no, there might be some,
or maybe highlights.
There may be some recap and highlight videos, yes, but like people showing the entire game, no, It's
All right,
been.
well, let's just say that if you go back and look at some of the highlights of the offensive plays or whatever, it seems to be Bubba was calling a little more through the air and a little not necessarily trickery, but I mean a little misdirection and that kind of stuff. And we're running the ball, but it seems like he's kind of getting out of his way, which I'm happy to see. No, I mean it probably won't be that long till he gets back in his way, back
I
in.
hope not.
Yeah,
I hope
because he
that
didn't
does
throw
not.
a whole lot of screens. I mean, like he threw a couple, but not a whole lot.
Well, I hope that does not become an occurrence until after the season. You feel me?
I hear you.
You
Yes,
feel
sir.
me? You
I
know what
feel
I'm
you.
going to do? I'm going to try and fix this problem. I am going to try and turn into Professor Fix It here. So you're going to see two of me here in just a second, as soon as it lets me join.
I can tell you. Oh no, never mind. I was going to look at something else here, but it didn't make sense. Here, hold on a second. That's not what I want. I was going to look at. So I don't know. I haven't watched Mississippi State play really, but it's SEC, so it's probably going to be an interesting one anyway. So.
There we go. That fixed the problem. I think it fixed the problem.
On the fly, baby. Ain't nothing like changing the tire when you're rolling down the road.
There we go. There we go. Oh, all right. Let's see what we got here. See, we were trying to be slick and have all our little nice stuff. And what did we get booted again? Awesome. There you are. Okay.
What did he say?
See, dude, I can't get that high anymore.
There we are. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you, those of you that have tuned in this week to This Week in UGA Football. I am Mr. Fingaz, a.k.a. Mr. Fingaz. That is Collin P. from the DMV, and we are live from the 405 just for you. Thank those of you that are here, that are checking us out. Drop us a little something in the comments if you happen to be watching so we know that you're here. Shouts out to our guy, Sean Spencer, who just sent me a private message and said, y'all are killing it about 20 minutes ago, at least until we had the technical difficulties, which really had me screaming this.
What was that? What was that? Tell me what that was. Come on, man.
It reminds me of hanging out the window, like I said, hanging out the window trying to change the tire while you're rolling. Whatever.
My God. My God.
Rolling.
What happened? Okay, everything's working. That was funny. That actually got caught. That actually got caught on audio. We were doing the roundtable, and I started the show, and the stream didn't pick up right away, and I went right into Heath Ledger. What happened? It got caught right on the front. It got caught right on the front of the video before the theme music started.
Nice.
You want to know how I got these scars? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, those of you that are just joining, we just got done talking about the Georgia-Florida game. Georgia, of course, reigns victorious 24-20. We're going to take a real brief break. We'll be back, and don't go far.
Screen. There we go.
And we're back. That is the most challenging part of this show. That break has that long white screen right before you come back, and I'm like, okay, and nope, not yet. And nope, not yet. And okay, now we're back. Appreciate you staying with us
And
here.
we're back.
We're back. Everybody is back.
Man, so I'm
back.
just hey,
All right.
I was looking at Mississippi State stats here, rushing stats. So you got Mr. Fluff Bothwell. He's had 96 carries, 490 yards, 6 touchdowns, and Devon Booth has had 112 carries for 475 yards. 112 carries. That seems like a lot to me. And 7 touchdowns. Is that a lot? Or am I lunching?
I don't know. I think if Reverend Brandon Black was here, he'd say, well, the good Lord told us that we was going to run on to see what the end would be. And if the great bulldog spirit in the sky was to speak right now, he'd say, that's a good little amount of running. But how fast is your feet? Because if you're running for the end zone, you got to have faster feet than 490 yards over 10 games. That's like what? Half a football field? Something like that.
Well, if you ask old Herschel, and when they ask him, you ever get tired? He said, that football ain't that heavy. I loved it when he said that. I was like, oh, that was awesome.
I tell you what, boy, Herschel
That football ain't that heavy.
that was a special young man right there. I tell you, that boy had muscles in places where old Rev don't even have places. So he still got muscle. Like I don't know what he working out for. I think Kevin Hart one time said, you got them all, you won. You can stop working out now.
Why are you still here?
You got them all, you won. Thank you, Collin T-Mobile.
Stop it.
Broke another one, boss. Just taking out my check. Still strong, unproductive ass down.
Oh my God.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We were talking about Mississippi State, ladies and gentlemen. Mississippi State.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mississippi State right now is shaping, averaging 8.4 yards per passing attempt with 15 touchdowns. He does have 6 interceptions, and here's the kicker right here: 29 sacks.
Wow.
29.
And only him.
20, y'all don't understand.
No, look at this. Look at the sack yards lost. 219 yards.
Yeah, y'all. I don't think y'all understand. They played 9 games. That means he'd have been sacked at least 3 point something times per game. He was getting sacked three times a game. Like Lionel Richie said, once, twice, 3 times a sack. That's how it went. No, and that was when Lionel Richie used to bag. That was when Lionel Richie used to bag groceries at Kroger before he got famous. It's once, twice, 3 times a sack.
Hello.
Did I say Kenny Rogers or did I say Lionel Richie? Oh my!
You said Lionel Richie.
Yeah. Okay. And Lionel Richie always had that wet. Why does Lionel Richie afro always look wet?
But it's dry.
It's dry.
Why am I the one saying that?
It look wet, but it's dry. It must be that. It definitely ain't that Soul Glow. That's for sure.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he must have had that Dion. Anyway, Georgia comes into this game. I mean, they just.
Dude, if you got 29 sacks, hopefully our defense can get. I mean, maybe our defense can do some of that. You think?
I think that's what I was just getting ready to say. This would be the most opportune time for the defense to start getting after the quarterback, and getting after him aggressively, as the late Irk Russell used to say. For those of you that wonder where GATA came from, it actually stood for something else. But when he was being interviewed for Sports Illustrated, he didn't want to use the actual acronym, so he said it stands for get after them aggressively. So, but yeah, that's what the GATA stands for.
I thought that came from Georgia Southern.
No, he was a defensive coordinator at Georgia before he went to Southern and took that job.
Gotcha. Okay.
He was a D coordinator for the 1980 championship team. That run was what interested Paulson, Robert, the Gulfstream guy. The Gulfstream guy was a big sponsor of Georgia Southern football.
Gotcha.
He went out and said, "I want that guy to coach Georgia Southern."
Okay.
Yeah,
because I saw that more so around Southern than I saw it around UGA. But anyway,
yeah,
I know what it means.
Yeah, we know what it means. Get after their hind parts. For those of you that are going, what does A stand for? That's what it stands for. Yep, there you go, right there, right there, man. You know what? I'm gonna isolate. I'm gonna isolate that. I'm gonna isolate that. That's gonna be a sound.
I can do it better.
That's gonna be the people watching right now looking at Collin like,
what did he say?
Yeah, so.
But no, I was looking for comparison. I was looking at our rushing, stats for like say Chauncey and Frazier and a lot of those guys. And I think the highest we got for carry wise is the 89. That's Frazier. Frazier's got 89 carries for 394 yards. But I mean, 112 carries. That's a lot of carries.
Well, here's the thing. Even though these guys are all talented running backs, but
sure,
there has not been a running back.
Actually, you know what? I know what you're about to say, because I mean they probably have a number one running back. We have a committee, right?
Yeah, Georgia has been a running back by committee type team since the days of Mark Richt. I mean, the days of having a Herschel Walker, a Garrison Hurst, those days, like having a number one running back that carries 80% of the carries. That's kind of fallen by the wayside. And in Athens,
I can't remember. I can't remember the last time we had a
Rodney Hampton,
right?
Oh God, what was the boy's name that went to play for the Rams? Didn't he run the ball to Georgia? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Right?
Not Sony.
Todd Gurley.
Yeah, well, yeah. Was he even one? I guess,
and even then, he was one of two because I believe Marshall was the number 2 back.
Right.
That's why they called him Gershel, because I think Gurley's number was 4 and Marshall's number was 3, and the two of them together was a 34, so they called him Gershel. Like
then we had Thomas, right? We had Thomas. They went to the Broncos. Come on.
Oh, Terrell Davis.
Oh, Terrell Davis.
I got a Terrell Davis helmet up here, and I'm like, what is that boy's name? I can't think of it. But yeah.
PD.
So I think the biggest thing with Georgia is Georgia definitely needs to focus on. Now, here's the thing. Mississippi State does have a relatively adept secondary. Their secondary has accounted for, it looks like 11 interceptions this season.
Oh my
God.
They're
at least, they're averaging at least a pick a game, while they're giving up 219 yards on the ground in the wrong direction in the form of sacks. They're also they're also getting takeaways. And as far as sacks are concerned, they have registered 18 sacks this season for 116 yards. And that's not too terribly shabby. They do have a winning record. It's just if they ever figure out, man, if Mississippi State ever figures out how to win some SEC games, they would be dangerous.
Well, I mean, they're kind of the same boat as Vanderbilt. I mean, they have been in the past couple of years, but I mean, Vanderbilt's, obviously exceeding them for the expectation wise. But Mississippi State hadn't really been all that good ever, have they? I mean, like they've been kind of middle of the road.
Not since Dak left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've never made playoffs, and have they had 10 wins?
That I would have to do some looking up.
Yeah,
to see.
Me too. I was just wondering.
But Mississippi State is definitely Mississippi State is a team that is decent, but not quite good. So they would be right about third tier as far as SEC teams. And then you got that bottom tier that's got Kentucky and Arkansas and Auburn again. Dude.
Bye-bye, Freeze.
Hugh Freeze fired. That was supposed to be one of our topics today. We're kind of running up against it, but we'll touch on it a little bit. Hugh Freeze fired. If you are coaching your team so badly that Jordan Hare is silent and almost empty when the game ends because you are getting your hindquarters handed to you at home by Kentucky and all you can score is a field goal, maybe you need a new coach.
Yeah, who was it? One of their players said, he said, I like Freeze, but I'm down for anything that helps the betterment of the team. I mean, like, all right, oh yeah. But I mean, dude, that's three coaches that are gonna be on the payroll still. I mean, they still got, they paying everybody. Like I said, me and you could do it. I mean, we could coach a team into the ground real easy. I mean, I know I could personally, but not on purpose. But I mean, if they're gonna pay me millions of dollars to, whatever, shoot,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a go. But hey, it ain't probably gonna work out well. But I'm gonna get paid.
Well, that's what I've been saying for the last few weeks, dude. We're up to 12 now. There was a miscalculation. I said that there were 13. Actually, Hugh Freeze makes the 12th coach fired, but now we're up over $180 million in buyouts. I made a statement in a group that I'm in, the SEC group that I'm in. I said,
Yeah.
hey, no, it was our college football group. I said, hey, how about we all just go get jobs as college football head coaches? Easier said than done, understood. But how about we all go get jobs as college football coaches? Because
Bro, just
I mean,
get you a good lawyer and have them write a good contract. Throw some in there, real deep in that contract, saying you're getting paid. You get rid of me and you can pay me. That's
well,
what all these coaches are doing.
I mean, think about that, man. That's one of the few jobs in this country that you can suck at your job and still get almost the entirety of your paycheck,
Not necessarily.
unless the athletic director puts some kind of rider on it or something like that. Unless you get fired for cause.
Yeah, I mean, well, CEOs get that. Yeah, I mean, your CEOs of companies get that all the time. I mean, like I mean, I can say that for CEO of Sprint. Gary Forsey. He I guess what was it, T-Mobile Sprint or what? Well, something happened. He got fired. And he's still getting paid by Sprint. I mean, CEOs still get. I mean, they got that in the contract, but you got to be high up there. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
you're talking about. You got to be a coach. You got to be,
Yeah,
up in front office. You got to be up there.
yeah. You at least have to be on the coaching staff because most of those guys, their money's guaranteed. Meanwhile, NFL players could be very, very good, and only a certain portion of their money is guaranteed. That's absolute insanity for me there. But yeah, we digress. But Hugh Freeze, it definitely was change needed at that. Position. I mean, when
Well, one question for you. One question. So, I mean, if you're the AD, I mean, like they've got to know that verbiage is in that contract, right? I mean, they have their own lawyers and read it in there.
You're supposed to, but here's the thing. Remember, was it last week or week before Billy Napier got fired? And their athletic director forgot to put the rider in the clause regarding how much he would get paid out. And as a result, Billy Napier will be paid out the entirety of his contract.
Mm-hmm. And there was something about Brian Kelly too, right?
I'm sorry, was it Brian Kelly or was it Billy Napier? It was one of those. It was one of those two, and there was something in there that said that if he found another job, then that was
Kelly. Kelly.
That was Kelly, and he didn't. And Brian Kelly's actually had to actively seek a job, so it was Billy Napier. So the writer was not put in there that said that if he found a job, then that would, like, say he's getting 17 million and he gets a job paying 7 million, then the school only owes him 10. Their AD forgot to put that rider in the clause. He didn't put it in there. So Billy's gonna get Sunbelt Billy. Call him Sunbelt Billy all you want to. He's getting all of his money.
Yeah, paid Billy is what he is. But Brian Kelly, is something going on with the governor of Louisiana or something? I didn't read that, but his contract or his payout has gotten reduced some or whatever, or something like that. But I don't know if there was something about the mayor getting the next coach or something. I think it was all garbage, but it was funny to read. I think their next coach, but I don't know. It's just an insane amount of money they're just shelling out. I mean, crazy.
This is a crazy stat right here. How are you the biggest state? I think the biggest state funded university, the biggest funded remix. How are you the largest state funded university in the entire state, and you don't have a university? They got an interim university president. They don't have an athletic director, or they don't have a university president. They have an interim athletic director. And the governor doesn't like the interim athletic director. He doesn't want him to make the pick for the head coach, but he's the one that's got to sign off on it.
But what happened to the athletic director? He get fired and get paid out too?
Dude, I don't know what's going on there. I guess it's just not a good time to be anything in the athletic staff at LSU right now.
I don't know about that. You get paid.
And you know who's laughing all the way? You know who's sitting at home laughing right now, watching all this transpire? Man, you know, you got to go out there. You got to play them games. You know what I said? Yeah, well, you know, how that's man two-face, stuff like that. Joe Burrow, go Tigers.
No, he's sitting in his armchair with about a stack of 15 cheeseburgers in front of him on the table.
With his arms folded across his bare chest.
Right. That's right. What a life.
I'm telling you, I gotta get me one of them jobs. Somewhere in the next, like hopefully in the next like 4 or 5 years. And then right around the time, you know, when the coaching staff is going to switch over, I'm gonna go up the road to Buck Tussle State, see if they're hiring. I might be able to get it. I might be able to get a couple $100,000. What you think?
Yeah, hook me up. Put a good word.
Hey, look, if they got something going, I'll get you up there, brother.
I'll be the water boy, ball boy.
Sean Spencer, you watching? They need a head coach.
I'll be the helmet guy.
I'll be the defensive coordinator. I'll be like, Coach, what play are we running? Doesn't matter. Hit the man in front of you.
I get the ball, and the quarterback hand me the ball, and I run, and I score for a touchdown. Don't do. I'm sorry.
Mama said Gators.
All them teeth and no toothbrush.
Got all that teeth in their mouth and no toothbrush.
Yeah, rainbows comes, sunshine come down when you're feeling blue. My mama said, Mama, no, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Mama's right. There's something wrong with his medulla oblongata. Hey, Lord have mercy.
That's enough.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Man, you need help.
I know. Hey, I was going to tell you, is they looking for a job, retire or whatever. I ain't retired till I'm dead. Then I'm gonna log in remotely from the graveyard.
Wouldn't that be horrible? Wouldn't that be horrible, bro? You die and then you find out the all hell is that you just got to go work at the same job you was working.
Working in the coal mine. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, maybe one of these days I'll get to retire. Who knows? But yeah, dude.
Hey, Bubba the Butte. Colonel Honore was my brigade commander when I was stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia. And he would look and he'd see somebody reading the Bible. He'd say, "Let me tell you something there, soldier, high speed. That right there, the best field manual you can ever put your hands on right there." That was that. Colonel Honore was that dude. Colonel Russell Honore. I think he's a retired 4-star now. He was at the forefront of everything that was going on during Hurricane Katrina. And I look and I was like, is that my dude? Oh, man, that's my dude.
Oh, yeah.
Love that dude, man. I remember I can't, for the purposes of us not getting kicked off YouTube, let me see if I can say this diplomatically. I was sitting outside the office during a brigade meeting. At this point, he's a full bird colonel. He's the brigade commander. And one of them little young officers piped up and said something. I didn't hear what he said, but I guess Colonel Honore was sitting close to the door. He said, "Lieutenant, if I wanted to hear any excrement in this meeting, I'd have got up out of my chair, walked over there, and squeezed your head."
I like it.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, look here, guys. We have talked about everything but the kitchen sink. By the way, my kitchen sink, did you know that I learned how to, I now know how to put it. I mean, I knew how to do it. I just had never done it by myself. But I put on the disposal, and it was some time ago, but I just feel proud of that since I mentioned the kitchen
sink. I've done that. I've done that twice, and it's a sense of accomplishment. I got you. I understand.
Yeah, hashtag man stuff. When you put something together and you don't want to look dumb in front of your wife, girlfriend, significant other, and you just praying to yourself, if I hit this switch, please, Jesus, not let the whole thing fall apart like an Adam Sandler movie. And then you close your eyes.
Spinning around like a top and destroy the kitchen.
You squint one eye, you close one eye, squint the other one, and you reach out, you hit that switch, and then it comes on, and you go, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, it's better than paying $100 or $200 for somebody else to do it.
And that's when she comes out. She goes, "Oh, you fixed it." You go, "Yeah, no problem, babe. I had it covered the whole time."
Yeah, just make sure that cabinet door is shut when you turn it on.
Her man, because you don't want her to see if it happened to be leaking. Anyway, we had a great time tonight. We talked about a whole lot of stuff. Talked about a whole lot of stuff tonight and got a little short applause. Oh well, that's just.
Hey, any applause is good applause. Maybe no boos.
Well, no. Sometimes applause means people telling you to get off the stage is what it is. Like at the Showtime at the Apollo where they're doing this right here.
Yeah.
And that siren comes on. But anyway, we had a great time tonight. We will be back on next week. I'm going to have to find some kind of source to be able to watch these games because it's driving me batty. It's the first weekend ever since SEC football has had designated channels that I have not been able to sit down and watch.
I'll see if I can find. I'll put my head together as well. Or with yours,
we'll figure something out because your boy was fiending last week. I was like,
like I said, dude, it might have been a blessing in disguise because I was trying to keep myself together that first half. I was about to. B-Man was really tired of me telling me to be quiet. So, but
that's the same when you're talking to be pops. It's too much.
Yeah, calm down, Daddy. Quit yelling.
It's too much. He was like Uncle Richard Jr. One gun, one bullet, one pillowcase. Lay down, take a nap, wake up, go to sleep. Anyway, we appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. So we'll be back. And of course, you'll see the shorts popping up throughout the course of the week. So on behalf of yours truly from Studio 405, I like that. This is no longer Zagniv Central. Whereas Mr. Fingaz doth open a studio suitable for voice recording, musical recording, and production, and podcast production. And whereas Mr. Fingaz resides in the great state of Oklahoma, otherwise known as the Sooner State, home to both the Oklahoma Sooners, the Oklahoma Sooners, and the Cowboys, better known as the Sooners' little brother. And whereas Mr. Fingaz has dubbed said studio Zagniv Productions, and whereas the Oklahoma majority of the area code is 405, therefore, herewith and therefore, we do hereby dub this establishment of production of mass media Studio 405. I like it a lot.
No, and are you Alfred Hitchcock?
I have no idea what that was. That was just some stuff I made. I think it was one of the side characters from Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail. So, on behalf of yours truly from Studio 405, the establishment formerly known as Zagniv Central, and my man Collin P from the DMV, coming to you all the way from the 703. Oh, that rhymes.
Hey, there you go.
Collin P from the DMV, coming straight from the 703. I'm Mr. Fingaz. He's Collin P. We go get out of here. We'll see you next time. But you guys be good to yourselves and good to each other. And as always, as we sign off, we say, go Dawgs.
Go Dawgs.